In this video, we'll look at how to decode the Ethernet header. Now let's open up the program sniffer_eth.c. Let's go to the main function. Now the difference between this program and the previous one, sniffer.c, is that we are trying to decode the Ethernet header of the packet which we receive from the raw socket. Apart from that, there is no difference between the two programs. So as you can see, the whole flow is the same. We create the raw socket, we bind it to the interface, get the number of packets and start sniffing. Exactly the same. Even the codes, the lines, everything is the same. Now we come here, packets to sniff, receive from, where we get the packet. Let's say we've got the packet successfully. Then we print the packet in hex, just as in the previous case, but now we also parse the Ethernet header. Now parse Ethernet header is a function which we look into a little later, that takes as input the packet buffer and the length of the packet. Let's first try and run this program and see the output. Similar to the previous program, it takes the interface ETH0 and the number of packets. Let's put it as 1 right now as input. Now just as previously, the packet is dumped in hex. But now additionally, the destination MAC, the source MAC and the protocol, all these three things are also dumped. Now if you look at it closely, this is nothing but the Ethernet header. Right? Please also look at the page in which I mentioned the Ethernet header in detail. The first field is the destination MAC, the second field is the source MAC, and the third field is the protocol. Destination MAC is 6 bytes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, same as the source MAC, and the protocol field is 2 bytes. And if you notice, then this is nothing but the destination MAC in the hex dump of the packet. This is nothing but the source MAC, and this is nothing but the protocol field. So as we can see that the first 14 bytes is the Ethernet header, which we have decoded now and have presented in a more intelligible fashion to the user. Now let's go and look a little deeper into the program. The function of interest, as we have already seen for this particular program, is parse Ethernet header. This is the function here. Parse Ethernet header takes in the packet as input, an unsigned character, pointer and length. So what does it do? The first thing which it does is defines a pointer to a structure ETH-HDR, that is ETH header. Now the question is, where is this structure defined? Once again, we can either go check out the include file linux if_ether.h. This is the place where the Ethernet header is defined. As we can see, the first member is h_destination, second is h_source, which is the destination and source MAC addresses, and the third is h_proto. ETH_len would be 6 for Ethernet. So this is the structure which we are talking about. So now we've defined a pointer to a structure of type ETH header. The reason being that, as we had noticed in our output, that the first 14 bytes of the packet is nothing but the Ethernet header. So what we do is, first we do a check if the size of the packet is at least greater than the Ethernet header, because if it's not, then anyway we cannot get enough data to decode the Ethernet header. If it is true, then what we do is we cast the packet right as that of an Ethernet header, so that we can do the decoding. See, this is the most important step of parsing here. What we are actually doing is we are telling our program that now we want to decode the packet, or at least the first couple of bytes of the packet, as an Ethernet header, right? So now we can actually point to the Ethernet header arrow h_destination, and what this would contain is the first 6 bytes of the packet, because we can see that the Ethernet header structure itself contains the first 6 bytes as the destination MAC, the second 6 bytes as the source MAC, and the next 2 bytes as the protocol. So if you print this, you would actually get the destination MAC. We are using a new function called print in hex. It is nothing but going to print this up to 6 bytes in hex. We look at that function in a moment. It's a simple function which takes in a pointer to a character, which takes in a message first which is to be displayed, and then a pointer to an unsigned character and the length it has to print. So what we do is we just run over the length, print the unsigned character. The message is nothing but a small string which says destination MAC. Then we know that the second set of bytes is nothing but the source MAC. We have seen this, right? In the output we actually saw that this was nothing but the destination MAC. Now the next 6 bytes is nothing but the source MAC. Which we print using Ethernet header -source. And then the last 2 bytes of the Ethernet header is nothing but the protocol. Note that because the protocol is a short int, we pass a pointer to it. In the other previous cases, it automatically, because it's an array, we are already passing a pointer to it. So this is how the decoding of headers is done. Basically, we get the packet and we cast that packet into the appropriate header type, right? So what happens, this is the most important statement, I'm emphasizing on this once again, is that we are casting the packet into the Ethernet header type, so that the first 14 bytes of this packet array would now be interpreted as an Ethernet structure, and this would be done using this pointer. So now let's go back to the main function and see what's happening. So after we print the packet in hex, we go ahead and parse the Ethernet header. Once again, let's compile it and run it. So now the point is, what is this destination MAC? If you do an ifconfig eth0, we'll actually find that the destination MAC is nothing but the host's address. The source MAC is actually another computer which is sending data to this, to our host. Protocol 0800 is nothing but IP. We'll look into this in the next video, in which we'll decode the IP header. So what we are trying to do here is do a step-by-step decoding. First we'll decode the Ethernet header, as in this example. The next example will decode both the Ethernet as well as the IP header, and then in the next example the TCP header as well, and finally the data. So this I would like to conclude this short programming exercise. The best way you can derive the advantage is by trying and writing this program by yourself without looking into my code, and then modifying it accordingly to try and display various other things. Thank you.